Now we are retracing an epic and historic storm that happened only 11 days ago. 60 confirmed tornadoes in 9 states. And of course, we are still thinking about all the people and the devastation there from Tennessee to Kentucky and beyond. Brad Mielke, the host of ABC News' Start Here podcast. If you haven't heard it, you must. I'm a guest on there often, and I am so grateful that he is joining us from Gilbertsville, Kentucky this morning. Brad, so grateful that you're down there, but you traced the whole 167.5 miles or 0.7 miles and saw everybody along the way. Tell me what that has been like and what we can expect on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, Ginger, you know the thing about tornadoes is they seem often to pick their spots, right? Where some houses get utterly destroyed, some are untouched. The unique thing about this storm that went 160 some odd miles is that it just didn't stop. It let this line of destruction. So what you've got all throughout this area and others is houses that have been shoved off their foundations. We've seen boats stuck in tree branches here, and we've got cars that have been rolling uphill with these winds. So this tornado took 60 miles just to get here. It went another 100 miles beyond that horizon there.
Those long-track tornadoes, especially in December, wild. And I know those suction vortices that you were talking about where one spot gets hit and not another. But you also have been talking to a lot of survivors. So what have they been telling you?
Well, the thing that I keep hearing over and over from town to town to town is people who say, I grew up in this community, I could walk it in my sleep, and I can't figure out which street I'm on right now. People who say, you know, I talked to a woman who said, I was seeing this home on the news over and over, and I couldn't quite place it until she saw her house behind that home. And she realizes, Ginger, that's her next door neighbor. She just didn't recognize what she was looking at.
It is so wild. And I know I've been in a lot of these situations post-storm. I don't know how many you've been in, but what is your big takeaway?
Well, I haven't been in nearly as many as you, Ginger. The big takeaway for me is just the speed. I mean, obviously, of the wind. You know, the thing about tornadoes is at least they're sprinters. They're supposed to be in and out. It's the hurricanes you think of as the distance runners, right? They're the things that are supposed to just keep pounding away mile after mile. That's why you see such widespread devastation. Here, it's really the worst of both worlds, because you've got this tornado, this single tornado that had winds high above that of a Category 5 hurricane, and yet it's still ripping through for more than 100 miles. And so if you were to take this drive that we took, if you were speeding the entire way for 165 miles, it would have taken you about 3.5 hours on Kentucky highways. The tornado finished that trip, Ginger, in less than 3 hours flat.
It was moving at 50 miles per hour, those supercells that are so powerful. Brad, we are so grateful that you're there. You'll be telling these stories. If you all have not listened to Start Here, it is a podcast you can find on your favorite podcast app or wherever you get your podcasts. And you got to listen to Brad's Start Here every day, especially tomorrow, because you're going to hear all about his trip along those 160.7 miles. Brad, thank you so much for being with us. And also, GMA is going to be in Kentucky because Kentucky Strong, we are celebrating survivors with an epic surprise. You do not want to miss that tomorrow.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.